Run away from home. Marnie Grundman was one of those children. The Montreal native writes about her experience in the book, Missing, a true story of a childhood lost, and she joins us this morning. Good morning, Marnie.
Good morning.
I could not put this down. Like I said, it reads like something out of a crazy film that nobody would ever possibly have to go through or endure in a very young lifetime or childhood, and indeed you did. So first of all, congratulations on your courage for sharing, because it can only help us. Take us back to a very young Marnie and the household you grew up in with your mom, obviously having mental issues, undiagnosed ones. And what made you run away from home for the first time at the age of 5?
Well, the first time at the age of 5 was shortly after she dropped me out of a 2-story window. It was after my casts were off. It was after I was healed. We went to see my father for some reason, and I had never really met him prior to that. And I remember him just being really kind and warm and loving to me. And because of that, I wanted to be with him. That was like just the natural reaction, I suppose. So I started running away trying to find him. Yeah. And I remember he was in a tall building, so I would, you know, as a little kid, walk towards the tall buildings and try to find him, and then try to return back to my grandparents' house before dusk so that I wouldn't get into trouble.
And it was that need to escape that continued into your teens.
Yeah.
So what do you want to do to destigmatize, you know, the runaways out there? You're basically saying nobody chooses to leave a warm house. It's because the alternative is far better than living and suffering and enduring constant abuse.
Imagine that. I mean, imagine that a child that's out there right now living on a park bench or in abandoned buildings and not having, you know, the basic necessities of even being able to take a warm shower or food, that they prefer that's somehow safer to them than being in a home that's riddled with emotional, physical, and sexual abuse. And sometimes it's all three. Sometimes it may just be the emotional abuse is enough to throw a child like that over the edge. And that's what people forget. There's the common reaction, oh, they're just looking for attention. Yes, they are, but it should be, oh my God, they're looking for attention. Like, what is wrong here that this child would prefer to be out there like that, that's somehow a better option for them?
A somehow safer option, less risky option. And to fill that emotional void, you go to all the wrong people who prey on you, and you talk about that also, that you suffered abuse under predators and strangers. And how is it that as a young teenager, you could be out and not having eaten for days, standing outside of 7-Eleven, and nobody helps you at 13, 14, 15?
Think about us now. We all do it. We walk past the homeless. We don't connect enough to them or look down enough to even notice if they're young or they're old, because we don't want to get involved, kind of thing. And I do see that changing to some degree, but we need to be more aware, and we need to be kinder, and we need to take those extra moments to really look at who we're walking past and offering a helping hand. It doesn't take much.
And you talk about, I love it, you coined the term surthriver.
Yes.
You are surthriving. You're thriving, you're not just surviving. You are a loving mom. You know, you have 3 beautiful kids. You're a grandma now. Congratulations.
I am. Thank you.
And you're able to write all of these horrible things that happen to you to help others. So what do you say to people out there who feel like they can't talk to anybody or they're all alone?
Well, you're not alone. If nothing else, my writing my story doesn't just prove that, but if you really look out there and you look for resources, there are so many resources out there, and there are so many groups on Facebook and Twitter now of adult survivors of child abuse. I'm now having younger people reach out to me that are in the midst of trying to cope and to heal, that don't feel like there's a way out of it. And what I've done is proof that you can get on the other side of it. And that's what I'm hoping people will grab onto.
You're incredible.
Thank
you so much for sharing your stories to help others. Make sure you pick it up. The link is available on our website. Marnie Grundman's memoir is called Missing, a true story of a childhood lost. It's available now, and you can find a link to purchase it at breakfasttelevision.ca. Absolutely compelling. And whether you need the help yourself or you want to be there for others and you want to open your eyes to what's happening out there in the world, it really is such a compelling read. Thank you so much for sharing that. That was very brave of you.
Thank you.
Right now, over to Tammy in the news.